it is like working with a leader.
So when Governor Rin came, he didn't look at the parties. He looked at these people as citizens of Lake State.
So he cooperated and delivered all service at the same.
احنا أتينا بمختلف التيارات السياسية المكونة.
A government that has quickly transcended beyond petty partisan differences and refocused the priorities of the state to things that really matter. So it has been like working with an informed person who knows what he wants as a leader.
My mission to Lake State is to protect the people and their properties. And that is why I'm here in uniform as a professional soldier.
احنا متعاونين مع سيد الحاكم في المسائل الإدارية والسياسية، وهذا بينعكس على النشاط في العمل اليومي أو الدوام اليومي.
I'm very much sure in a very short time Lake State will be peaceful, people will be united, killing will not be there, firearms will be all conducted, and then people go for development.
It's much cooperative, so he defined him as the good leader. So seeing his arrival, so he was coordinate with whoever in the positions, whether in different political parties or whatsoever. So he cooperated and delivered all service at the same.
From the ranks of the National Army, Lieutenant General Rin Tueny Mabor Deng is a governor of Lake State. This assignment to many is one of the assignments that many have failed to handle smoothly. Diffusing the insecurity situation in Lake State is his mission. Countless lives have for years been lost to communal fighting and revenge killings, the practice that the new governor made clear will not be tolerated, but will rather be dealt with accordingly.
We are aware of crisis in Lake State. There is insecurity in Lake State, rampant killings, community conflicts, revenge killing, cattle rustling, ambushes and killing along the highways, robbery and extortion of the properties, and so on. These are main problems that need to be dealt with properly.
I would describe the policies of General Rin that have now become policies of the government of Lake State as befitting the situation we are in. It is common knowledge that in the recent past, Lakes has been a laughing stock in as far as insecurity is concerned. The policy that came with General Rin, security policy particularly, is a situational policy for that matter, because it is a policy that was tailored to address the situation that was beforehand. And indeed, quite drastically. It worked. It worked, and I have so many testimonies to that.
I describe him as a good leader because the policies that he put in prompts, his policy said Lake State passed. Also, what he come with, that I must protect the life of the peoples and their property. So he said, and he achieved it.
بقى في وحدة بين شعب بتاع ولاية البحيرات، والشيء اللي بيأكد أكتر اجتماعه مع الفعاليات السياسية في جوبا. يعني هو لما كل فئات المجتمع المدني وسياسيين والشباب والإدارة الأهلية والمرأة، ده هو بيأكد إنه هو عنده سياسة مما يجي في الولاية هنا.
Months after take-off office, the governor has ensured Lake State has no more killings and cattle raids.
The security reports were terrible. They were always dominated by cattle raiding and death reports that would average more than 20 a week. That was terrifying. But when he got appointed and he came in, within the very first week we held a security meeting, that statistics had come down to zero. There was there was zero death reported as a result of gunshot.
أنا بشوف إنه في تغيير ملموس من ما سيد الحاكم جاء، إنه في تغيير ملموس واضح ومعايش على أرض الواقع.
He did not stop there. What I see in him is that he wants Lake State to be a peaceful state even when he is no longer here.
As South Sudan implements the revitalized peace agreement, representatives of various parties working with Governor Rin Tueny acknowledge his dedication towards the implementation of the peace agreement and attainment of the ultimate objective of his assignment.
Governor Rin came and he worked as it was agreed that there should be a collegial relationship between all the parties to this agreement. He didn't look at the parties. He looked at these people as citizens of Lake State, as sons and daughters of Lake State, and that is what he embraced.
Without fear of any contradiction, I have felt since he came about 2 months ago that we have a unity government. We have a government that has the interest of its own people as the priority. A government that has quickly transcended beyond petty partisan differences and refocused the priorities of the state to things that really matter. So it has been like working with an informed person who knows what he wants as a leader.
So you don't have any negligence that you neglect whoever in the positions, but you give all works that is belong to whoever. So whether from IO, from whoever party that you came from, so he didn't mind off, but he just put corporations as the past positions.
أما بخصوص اتفاقية السلام المنشطة، نحن كأطراف الوقعنا في الاتفاقية إحنا ملتزمين وبنأكد إنه إحنا حننفذ الاتفاقية على أرض الواقع.
Governor Rin Tueny's dedication towards attaining peace and security in Lake State has turned the chapter of Lake State into another vision where people are living without fear. The fear of unknown gunmen, cattle raids, highway robberies are now told stories of the past.
Since those time is very hard. We used to close at 4:20 minutes and no any movement after 7. But now things going to better since 2020 and beginning of 2021 a bit. But this week and last week we see a big change for the better.
With experience as a commander of one of the most fragile and dangerous assignments in the country, Lieutenant General Rin Tueny Mabor still uses preparatory mechanism that he says will be used to disarm youths in Lake State.
مشكلة يا سيد الوالي بندقية ده ما دارين يرجع تان بندقية ده كان شالو برا بندقية ده ما يرجع في المواطنين تان مواطن ده زول ما بعرف ما أنا بتبندقية.
But actually we have been undergoing challenges, things to do with unknown gunmen and all this. But he promised us that he is going to disarm. I am also calling the community to make sure that they adhere with this principle, with this principle that the governor is struggling to do.
Engaging with the chiefs and community leaders has been one of the steps Governor Rin is taking in trying to diffuse the existing tension within rival communities.
But, since the appointment of Governor Rin, there was ululations all across the state, and there were high hopes from the Lake State citizen that Governor Rin would be the one to fix the security situation. But not only security situation that he helped to address, but he also came with the spirit of the revitalized peace agreement that involves other stakeholders to the agreement.
أنا بصف شخصية الحاكم وعلاقته مع الآخرين على أساس إنه هو شخصية قوية وشخصية قيادية شجاعة ومحب للمواطنين وقراراته صارمة وحتى الشعب حبوه على الحاجات اللي هو عنده ده الصفات اللي عنده.
Lieutenant General Rin Tueny Mabor Deng's appointment as the governor of Lake State now is a task to restore the rule of law in a society consumed by reports of death and theft.
You can do politics, you can do business, you can do anything else, on the basis of that foundation. So I see a well-structured society that respects the rule of law, that respects institutions, and I also see institutions that serve the greater interest of the citizens. And thereafter, everything else will be done. So we are here establishing state institutions.
He said that previously, before he came, there was a contention between the parties to the agreement. So our former governor and the deputy could not understand each other, but when he came, even the deputy governor who comes from IO is attesting to that now he is comfortable because Honorable Governor Rin has come and he has embraced everybody, all the parties to the agreement, and so he is also happy. So the same thing, because sometimes it is politics that brings all the troubles among us. We use our parties to cling to our ideologies, leaving behind what makes us the people of that particular community.
The description of his leadership remains one of the sole characters of an extraordinary leader with an exceptional governing skills that many say will change the history of Lake State forever.
A political atmosphere that was, I would rather describe it as tense at the time, all of a sudden changed. And there is a space. There is political space. General Rin has demonstrated leadership. Example, yesterday we sat as SPLM-IO leadership in the state to discuss and nominate our party secretary in the state. This was done in an atmosphere of no threat, no interference, nothing whatsoever. A few issues that used to be there are no longer there. General Rin quickly saw the sense in one of the cases that was the center of dispute. It was in the media anyway, and therefore it would be injustice for me not to say it. The issue of appointment of directors general. When the former governor unilaterally appointed them, and I tried to engage him so that we take a legitimate path of having them vetted by the Council of Ministers, it quickly turned into a dispute. When General Rin came, that issue was resolved very quickly and very amicably, and this has helped relax the atmosphere that was kind of tense at the time. So now I can say the political situation, which I earlier described as tense at the time before his arrival, is relaxed.